Hey coin collectors, it's DC on the Big D, and this is another one of our videos brought to you by APMEX. This is a 3-cent coin from the United States of America. I don't know if you all know that there were 3-cent coins, but this is one. And we're going to talk about this coin. We're going to talk about another coin called the half dime, and we're going to look at a penny from around the same era. Okay, now that we've wrestled it out of its plastic holder, let's take a look at it. You can see that it says United States here. You can see that it says 1852 if you kind of get right down in there. You can see the top of the 2. You can see that there's a star in the center and a badge in the center of that. In the center of that, there is a type 1, which was from 1851 to 1853, and there's no lines around the outside. In 1851 to 1853, they were 75% silver, 25% copper. The bullion value in this, the silver value in this right now is about 35 cents. They were all made in 1852 at Philadelphia. In 1851, the first year though, they made some at New Orleans, and it'll have an O mint mark on it. No mint mark from Philadelphia on these. O for New Orleans, but that was only in 1851. In 1854, they came out with the Type 2, and it had lines around the outside. Went from 1854 to 1858, and they also changed it to a 90% silver, 10% copper. And then in 1859 to 1873, they made what they call the Type 3, and instead of a double, it had a single line. On the back of it, you see this kind of stylized C here with the Roman numerals 3. And if you get a really good one, you'll have 13 stars going around the outside. This one we can probably see 5, 6, 7. You see that one up there? 8, 9. We might be able to get 9 out of these. 13, of course, for the 13 original states. Now, where did this 3-cent idea come from? Well, the first thing it came from was they had just reduced postage in the United States. So it used to cost 5 cents a letter. They reduced it to 3 cents. So they said, if you get one of these, you can pay for postage. So they made this little tiny coin. It is 0.8 grams. It actually got even smaller when they went to 90% silver. It went to 0.75 grams. The smallest coin the United States has ever made in terms of weight and size. When they released this coin, they called it the fish scales coin, the 3-cent fish scales. But then they shortly after that, they started calling it a trime, T-R-I-M-E, kind of like dime, but try like 3. So it was a 3-cent coin. It was actually worth 3 of these one below. And this one below looks pretty nice. This is an 1851. Of course, this is an 1851 penny. You can also get these at APMEX. You can see the Liberty here, the way that the hair is done. You can see the 13 stars pretty good on this one. And then on the back, you see that it's United States of America, the 1-cent coin. So this was well before Lincoln, has the wreath on the outside. This coin here is worth about $4 or $5. This one, even in this condition, is worth about $20+. So they had the 1-cent coin, and this is probably a cent, about 1 cent worth of copper, actually. Then they had the 3-cent coin, and this was by 1854, it was worth its weight in silver. And then later on, they came out with this kind of weird one, and you can also get these at APMEX. It says United States of America, 1872, and this is the half dime. So what we've got here right now is the penny or cent, the 3-cent, and the half dime or 5-cent or nickel. Now, some of you will say, well, I've heard about this silver 3-cent, and I've also heard about the 3-cent nickel. What is the 3-cent nickel? Well, what they did was they switched over from silver to nickel in 1865. And so from 1865 to 1873, they had them in both silver and nickel. The nickel is much heavier. It weighs 1.94 grams instead of 0.8 grams or 0.75. It's a 75% copper, 25% nickel. It has a Liberty head on the front, so it's a different coin with the Roman numeral 3 on the back. within a wreath instead of the C. So you can tell the difference between the 3-cent nickel and the 3-cent silver simply by weighing them, or you can tell the difference by looking at them. That's not, you can't really confuse them. They both were called trimes, and they both kind of led up to this half dime or nickel that came around in the 1870s. So look for these. You can get all of these coins at APMEX. In fact, you can get one of these 3-cent coins at APMEX that's in really good condition where you can read everything. You can actually get this from APMEX in a brilliant uncirculated for about $312. So look for these coins. Look for them at APMEX. You can spend as much as you want on these coins. You can get the kind of more inexpensive ones like I got for in the 20s. And then you can get the really, really, really expensive ones in the $2,000 to $3,000 range. And those will be the MS65s or above that have been graded by PCGS. Thanks for watching DC Coin World, and we'd love to have you subscribe to the channel and leave any comments you have in the comments section.